There we are. Hey, everybody. Prepper Nurse One here. Hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing well. I'll pull this over here so you can hopefully hear me okay. Uh, all right. So people are seeing JJ in the chat. So before we jump in anything else, let me give you guys a JJ update. Uh, I'm sure I'm sure he's okay with this. Me and him have been talking. His surgery has been postponed until next Tuesday. They His aneurysm had an aneurysm, I guess, is what they're saying right now. It's kind of large, his aneurysm that he has in his head. So they have delayed the surgery for 1 week. So next Tuesday, JJ is going to be having his surgery. So again, I would ask you all to please, keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and hopefully that goes okay, and we have no issues, and we can continue to have JJ in these awesome discussions. So, all right. So that was that quick update. So before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody again that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. I would ask you to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. As long as you can do that, we'll have a great chat. If you cannot, those awesome people that are lit up in blue with the blue wrenches will boot you out of here, because we are not going to put up with any nonsense. All right. So, so that is that to start out with. So I want to give you a quick update here too before we jump into anything. I want to, he doesn't watch my streams, but how awesome is the guy that I bought my bees from? They run a business. They have beekeeping in a brewery combination business. So like home brewers, they do that as well. But he's been doing bees. He said at his peak, he used to run 100 hives, and it's a lot of bees. So um, he said, that. Uh, but he came out here, and I just want to put this out here, and this kind of gives you an indication that there are still amazingly awesome, decent people out there in the world. Okay, he came out here. I had talked to him on the phone and stuff like that, and he came out. Actually, he knows exactly where my property was, because he had actually came out here to look at the property next door way back when, and he had thought about buying that property way back when. So, but really great guy. Didn't charge me anything for coming out. I met him out here. Oh, Robert's going to stay in here till 9 o'clock. Wow, you must have tomorrow off, Rob. But anyway, so he came out. We went through the hive. He showed me the new queen, and he showed me a hint. He goes, "Here's how you kind of get an idea where the queen is." And what it is when you open it up and you have like the majority of the bees like in the box are like all on one side of that box. That's kind of how you know that the queen is in that area. And the second tray that he pulled out, she was on that second tray. And but is that wax on your head? No, it's called oil, because I have very oily skin. So I probably should have washed my face before I started, because it's probably glistening off. I have my own natural wax. But anyway, look through everything. Everything looked great. And, I was like so happy. And he goes, "Yeah, everything you've done," he goes, "has been perfect. You've done a good job." And I looked at him, I said, "I've listened and done everything you told me to do." He says, "Well, even to the point when I went, so I wanted to tell you guys this. So when I had gone in the first time and I moved the stuff around, there was like 7 queen cells. Okay. And so I didn't remove them because I didn't know where the queen was. I didn't see a queen. And he goes, "You did the right thing." He goes, "If you don't see the queen," he goes, "you never destroy the queen cells." He says, "Because what'll happen is if a queen is born, she'll go and she'll destroy the other queen cells because she doesn't want the competition. So whatever queen comes out first, that ends up being the queen when the hive splits like that." He's also told me that you know, he goes, you come back out here in 2 weeks. He goes, you'll have between 10 and 15,000 more bees. He goes, because she's actively laying, which is what you want. He goes, the two lower boxes, he said, are absolutely loaded with honey. And that's when he had cut that one comb out that I was showing you guys yesterday. He said that he goes, they got plenty of honey right now to get through winter. So he goes, you don't have to worry about that at all. He goes, as they continue, they'll really start going in that third box. And what he also did, um, Prep Rebel, what are you talking about? How am I late? I was right on time. But anyway, so what we did on the top box, where it has the queen separator, so she can't get up into that third box, whatever cone that we had cut off, which he did cut some cone off. Obviously, the one with all the honey in it too, but there was some scrap extra stuff that he had cut as well. We put that up in that third box because that's going to draw more of the bees to come up into that third box. So the whole thing was really fascinating. It's great to learn. He said there was no issue with mites. Uh, Guys, hold on 1 second. Hey, Sweet Pea, I'm doing my live stream right now. No, no problem. I'll call you after the stream. All right, I love you. All right, bye. Yeah, now let me kill my volume on this. Obviously, my daughter. All right, now that volume is done. Uh, but anyway, so it was amazing. He brought his dad with him, and his dad was just the nicest guy as well. Very very squared away. His kids are involved in the business with the bees as well. As one daughter's like really there all the time, very knowledgeable, and it's really cool. You can definitely tell. Yeah, we were wearing bee suits, Larry. Yes, both of us were wearing bee suits. There was a lot of bees. There was a lot of bees. When I had gone out, there's actually more bees already from when I had gone out and moved things around. So the hive had already split when I went out. Um, I like I said, I this is my first year doing this. I didn't have the knowledge and all that type of stuff, but it was amazing. This guy is incredibly awesome, and so that's been a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So, but yeah, good times, and he's like, yeah, you need any help with anything, just let me know. And I'm gonna lean on his knowledge. There's some treatment that I need to do within a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna definitely do whatever he tells me I need to do at that point. So I'll be in contact and talking with them between then and now. So that's the bee update. The honey, unbelievably delicious. I will tell you, I was like, oh my god. I kept the bees wax. Is what I've been doing, to be honest with you. I've been taking that comb and I just like bite a chunk of it off and let the honey all like just melt in my mouth, and then I take the wax afterwards and I just set that aside because you know you know I'm gonna definitely say that that's something that we can use. Yeah, the daughter, when I had gone to the bee place to talk to them to see exactly when the dad was going to come out, the daughter came in, and I know I probably talked about this, but the daughter had come into the store and she said, "Could you give me a second? I got a hive splitting right now, and I need to take care of it." And I'm like, and she was all in full gear, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So I come out and I looked and I could see where there was like a mass of bees all up flying in the air, the whole 9 yards. And so I went over to like the fence and you could like see, I can see through a fence. I was at the door and I was watching her gather the swarm and putting it into another box. So really, really cool. Beeswax candles burn hotter. Oh, that's cool, Robert. That I did not know. But so I probably won't get a lot of honey this year. If I get a little bit out of that third box, I'm not taking all their honey. I want to make sure that they have more than enough to get through. Yeah, down the road, I'll make beeswax candles. I don't have enough right now, obviously, because what they have there, they're going to need this year, and so, but he just cut out that little bit for me, and yeah, it's really cool. It is, like I said, a lot of fun. Really excited about it. I can't even begin to tell you how good the honey is. It is amazing, amazing. So I'm really looking forward to next year when we're able to actually really start producing more, producing honey. Hopefully, getting the hive to split again, and making sure we catch that, and then we catch the swarm, and and continue to grow our. We may end up buying some more bees next year as well. I think we may do that. That's something we're going to have to discuss as a group. Uh, I want to get to a point where we're in really, really good shape. So that's kind of where we're at with that. But all right. So just wanted to give you that update first. We got 219 in the chat. We got 84 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so. Uh, and thank you ahead of time. It really does make a big, big difference with the algorithm. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, first of all, we're going to talk about the economy. We're going to be talking about China, but I got to bring this up about China first. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but 100-year-old, and I did not misspeak when I just said that, 100-year-old Henry Kissinger has met with Chinese officials uh, talking about stuff. Now, he's not doing it in a capacity as a representative of the government, so they're saying, right? Uh, Unbelievable. I'll be honest with you, I did not even realize that Henry Kissinger was still alive, let alone 100 years old. So, I mean, obviously, he must still be pretty sharp if he's meeting with these officials. Uh, you know, I was like, holy crap, right? So a lot of stuff going on with that situation, and crazy. He can at least form a real sentence. Yeah, right, exactly, Joan. Well, I'm gonna say if he didn't have any marbles rolling around in his head, he wouldn't be meeting with anybody. But yeah, he is. And I'm going to go back to the 1970s when Henry Kissinger said, "Control the food, control the people." Okay, let's remember that. So yeah, he's definitely a tough old guy. I did know he was 100, but I did not know he was still active in politics, meetings, etc. Yeah, they're definitely saying that you know him meeting is not politically, being done. But I think that is. Ed, I just sent you a clip on Facebook. Canada's updating its plans in case of nuclear exchange. Well, yeah, what's Canada going to do? I mean, I'm not trying to slam Canada, guys, but you're really not, you know, a country where people go, "Oh my God, I'm so scared of Canada." Actually, I had a great conversation, and again, I'm not slamming Canada. I love, Canadians. I think Canadians are awesome. I've been Um, I've been to Canada many times. I've met some awesome, amazing people. Actually, today I was actually talking with Ian, um, up in uh, up in Canada, and he's obviously the one I give my icky can. He's the guy I give my shout outs to first, and when I do the shout outs, really, really good guy, very, very down to earth, and he actually, now this is from a Canadian. Okay, this is from. He goes. I just wish. He goes because he was talking about how Canada's basically turning communist with Trudeau up there. He goes. I just wish America would invade Canada and make Canada another state. That's what he told me. So I thought that was quite interesting coming from a Canadian. Obviously, like I said, I love Canada. I think Canadians are absolutely awesome. But nobody's gonna quake in their boots realistically. Oh my god! Oh my god! the Canadian Army's coming. We better stop what we're doing. I mean, let's be real, okay? Not trying to be a jerk. I'm really not, but and I'm not discrediting the Canadian military. So please don't think I'm doing that either, okay? Um, I'm not. I'm sure they handle their own. They've, obviously been in many of the world wars and have been a part of that and stuff like that too. I think you should brush up on Canadian war history. No, see, again, I knew people were going to take it like I'm slamming Canada. I'm not trying to slam Canada. I'm really not. And they're awesome people. They're awesome people. So what I'm saying, I mean, let me just be completely clear, okay? The Canadian Army is not instilling fear in the world. That's what I'm saying. All right. I don't think that China or Russia is going. Yeah, you know what? Before we make this decision, before we make this final decision of what we're doing, we better consult with Canada, and see what they think. They're not doing that. Okay. So I that's what I'm saying. But anyway, we're always off topic, Jackie. So anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. Remember again. I love Canada, right? I love Canadians, and I love Canada. Okay, I really do. But I mean, you guys also need to be realistic. Okay, and like I said, I'm not trying to slam you guys. So anyway, all right. Let me do this real quick here. I hadn't even cracked that open yet. We recently, I don't know if you guys saw this one or not. Janet Yellen had gone over to meet with China officials. And I don't know if you guys saw the video, but these officials that are going from the United States over to China to meet with them, they're showing us in a very, very weak light. So here she is over there, Janet Yellen, bowing once, twice. I think she did it 3 times. And the Chinese official never bowed one time. So I just, if you don't know that that's like a slight, a disrespect, it absolutely is. And we're like I said, we're just looking so weak. And now, and I want you to remember this one. I've talked about this part of this before. Okay. Remember, I talked about the whole green group, and they're gonna save the planet and greenhouse gases and carbon emissions and all this other nonsense. And I said many times in these live streams, until you have India and China on board, it ain't going to make no difference because they are the two most populous countries in the world, right? Two most populous countries in the world. So if we are making all the sacrifices over here in the West, right, the Western folks, in China and India do nothing, it doesn't change anything. If you guys, just so you know, China is building more coal power plants, not getting rid of them. They basically told, so right now you've got John Kerry's going to be going over there, right? They're going to, the whole climate crap and stuff like that. And what China has told John Kerry in the U.S. government ahead of time, they are not going to be told what to do by other governments when it comes to what they do for climate change, right? And they will do it at their own discretion when they feel it's needed. That's basically what they said. So basically, what they're saying is your whole climate accord and all these countries signing on to we're going to save the planet, but when you're talking more than you know of 8 billion people on the planet, between India and China, there's 3 billion right there, right? 3 billion right there. So if those 3 billion are not on board with everybody else, all this nonsense that they're doing is going to be for naught. So yeah, Kerry isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. No, absolutely not, absolutely not. But so that's basically he's going over there to try to tell them what, and you got to understand something, guys. I have a real hard time with any country going to another country and telling them what they need to do. I have a real hard time with that because I pretty much, if it was me, um, oh, I'm surprised they don't have little Miss Greta over there with them. That's actually funny. Well, maybe she could cry for them, but she's an adult now, right? She's over 18 now, so it doesn't work anymore. Poor Greta. Oh, poor thing. So, but you know, you want to talk about some children being manipulated? How about that one? But oh well, you have a situation where basically, China's pissed. China's pissed, and China has an agenda, and it doesn't match up with our agenda. Why does this look weird tonight? Here we go. Pull that. It was looking. I was looking in here. There we go. That looks better. I'm getting ready so that I can, like start putting rubber bands in here when I ride. Right now, if I rode right now with this, it'd be all up in my face. So I'm sorry. I'm just looking at myself in here because I see myself. So it was looking weird. But, you know, China's not screwing around. China has an agenda. And like or dislike D. Trump, reduce the price of energy and reduce everything will go down and reduce our reliance on foreign entities. Oh yeah, no, you know what, Ken? I'm going to tell you what. Trump is definitely, like any, he's not a politician, he's a businessman. And so, is he in it to like with anybody else? Is he in it to make money? Of course he is. But I honestly believe, and is my take on it. Hey, Troy, thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. Don't dye your beard purple. We will then know you're lost. No, I won't be dyeing my beard any color. I don't get that whole stuff. Honestly, I'll tell you, I don't. I don't get the whole green and purple and blue and pink hair stuff that's going on now. I don't get it. It let me just put it out there for the ladies. If you're doing that, it doesn't look good. It's not becoming. That's just my take. I'm a little old school, you know. The whole I just I don't get it. I don't get it. So anyway, but what was I saying? China is nothing to screw around with. Okay, China is nothing to screw around with, and people need to realize that. People need to realize that, and they're not. That they're just walking around thinking, you know. I'll tell you. I'm going to give you a good example of something. Hey, Asif, uh, I've been telling my patients to save up important meds, even if they skip a few doses, to refill meds every 30 days, even if they still have a few pills left over from the last treatment, build up that extra supply. Okay, guys, and just so you know, that is coming from a doctor. Okay, thank you very much for that statement, Asif. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I definitely think that it is important to build up your supply of meds. How you decide to go about that, obviously, is your choice. I'm not going to tell you what to do in that kind of state, and that's obviously, you know, um, information that he is sharing. So, and that is coming from a doctor. So that's something to think about. Something to think about. But very interesting. Very, very interesting. But we have to really pay attention to everything that's going on and people. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So I was out today, this morning. Steve needs to get his bike squared away. He's got some brake issues with his bike. So we went to a bike place today. Okay. And so the one where we get there and there was a guy in the truck, and he said, "Oh, the guy that's the guy that opens, they didn't open until like 10 o'clock." He says, he's not quite here yet. He should be here any minute. And I was like, you know, he was like, we were like, okay, so we're just sitting there waiting. And then the guy got there. So he goes in, and then this guy in the truck gets out, and he goes in. And I looked at the way he was dressed, and I went, oh, heaven help us. Heaven help us. This younger generation, it is, it's frightening. It is frightening. Bike as in bicycle, not motorcycle. Yes, JJ. Bike as in bicycle. So um, sometimes you can just tell. Yeah, well, with this individual, you could just tell, and he's doing a disservice to his community because the ensemble that he put together, he needs a little help. He needed a little help, but I was just like, he's not representing well. Let's just put it like that. When will you put your Viking runes in your beard? I actually was messing around with that a little bit the other day, and so I will be doing more of that. To be honest with you, I definitely have. I have some stuff that I got to get squared away. The runes, I got these rubber bands that I put in. Heather bought me like a whole pack of them the last time before I shaved it all off, and when I put that in there and get it like I'll pull out a section like this, okay. So then you twist. Show you, I just screwing around here. So you twist that section up like that, right? And then you put your rubber band down in the bottom, and then you slide your rune up over the top of that, okay. And then what happens is the rubber band is not. It's almost like too big. So I got to get a few bigger rubber bands, and so that when you let the rune go, it doesn't slide off; it stays on. So I got to go buy some. Now my beer's all messed up again. But anyway, so that's that's kind of what that's how that goes. But yeah, so what I want to do is I want to do like two there, one on each side here, and then have like the main part down through. And you'll see when I do it, you'll see. It's just and it's more fun than anything else. So I'm waiting for a bird to fly. Yeah, Steve actually, because Steve's always had a beard, but he's got like a tight beard, and he goes to me, "Doesn't that drive you crazy having it that long?" And I'm like, "No, not really. It don't bother me at all." So I just when I start letting the sides grow out, and then it's just the whole thing is like a big, huge. Because I can grow quite the heavy beard. I mean, you guys have seen it through the years. That drives me a little crazy. But as long as I keep the sides here tighter, and I'll let this grow, I'm good. So, and then now we're off on a tangent about my freaking beard. So, all right, so let's talk about the economy. I mean, we've been talking about China a little bit. Let's get back on track. Let's curve back into yeah, Lou Albano. No, I don't. I'm not putting rubber bands through my cheeks. I'm not doing that uh, until it gets caught on something. Nah. Jesse the Body Ventura beard. Yeah, he had the beard back in the day. Yeah. Oh, I could definitely do Santa. Oh, I know. Yeah, maybe that'd be a side job that time of year. Then I have to. If I did that, so I got to let the rest of it grow out. And then the little kids can grab onto the beard and they'll be like, "Oh my God, it really is Santa." So, but anyhow, the economy, right? Let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about rents. Let's talk about how high rents have gotten and how they've gotten more and more. I had my beard going, but I had to shave everything for surgery, and I mean everything. Oh, that's not nice. Are you right now, JJ? Well, yeah, I would imagine you'd have to be. You would have to be. See, I could go in if I had not that I ever want to have brain surgery, but if I ever did, I'm ready. Right? I'm ready. Let's go. So our economy is an absolute freaking mess. An absolute mess right now. Uh, we're in big trouble. Big trouble. I really don't think. Um, actually, down here in West Virginia, they do have a helmet law in West Virginia. So I do have to wear my helmet in West Virginia. Now, if I take a trip up to Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania has no helmet law. So, but oh yeah, we're gonna get into that in just a second, Brick, and we're gonna be talking about that as well. But so anyway, we're talking about rents first, and we're gonna get into interest rates and the Fed raising rates once again coming up. We're gonna get into all that in just a moment. Yeah, South Dakota, Dawn doesn't have a helmet law. I don't think Florida does. It's so weird. I mean, it's like you have some states that say, "Oh, yeah, you have to have a helmet," and other states you have to. Yeah, Virginia has a helmet law in the whole state. Yep. So yeah, it just really depends on where you're at. You know what state you're in. Now I will tell you this. I mean, I was in South Dakota, obviously, a couple of years ago now. It's almost 2 years since I've been out there, and I definitely did not wear my helmet when I was in. I got to the hotel room, I took my helmet off and I set it on the desk, and I didn't put it back on until I had to leave South Dakota, and I drove a ton. I don't believe Wyoming has a helmet law either because I did not wear one when I was in Wyoming. Anybody from Wyoming, can you tell me if there's a helmet law in Wyoming? Because I know I didn't have one on when I drove out to Wyoming. Always wear a helmet anyway. It's a whole different feeling, Larry. It's awesome. It, it's uh it's awesome. So, but I want you guys to realize something, and this is the way I look at it. First of all, when it's your time, it's your time. It's already set. The day that you were born, your time of death is already set. We are just on a journey to get there. Okay, that's what I believe. So, helmet laws are for insurance companies. Well, I want you to think about this, and this is kind of my thought on that. Uh, if I'm doing 70 miles an hour and I get into a horrific motorcycle accident, do I really want to live through that? Because, oh, thank God I had my helmet on, but my rest of my body is destroyed. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to smack my head on the pavement either. But it's to each their own. Some, like I said, if you wear it, you wear it. If you don't, you don't. And you know, that's just the way it kind of goes. But every state is different. Some have it, some don't. And like I said, New York State absolutely had, um, have a helmet law, and some, New York State definitely does. I know Pennsylvania doesn't. I know that West Virginia does. So Wyoming only requires a helmet for riders under 18. Okay, well there you go. So that's why I didn't have a problem when I was riding in Wyoming. I didn't even think about it honestly. The day that I went, and I went out to Wyoming. I just jumped on a bike and rode out, and it was a long drive that day. It was from Rapid City in South Dakota. It was a good haul. But it was worth it, absolutely worth it. So, but anyway, so let's get back on topic once again. So rents have gone up, unbelievable. I talked about this with my boy Josh. Um, he ended up giving up his apartment because they raised his rent so much. I think they raised it up over $200 a month when his lease went to be renewed, and he tried to talk to them, and they brought it down like maybe another $50, and he said it just wasn't worth it, to try to pay that much money. So his fiance, they're actually living. It sounds terrible, but they're living in his mom's basement right now. She has a finished basement, so they're living in her basement, and so yeah. So I have a wedding to go to next year. I can't believe Josh is getting married. Well, Josh is also he'll be 28 in January. So I'm like, where did that go? Number one, I look at that too, and I'm like, holy crap. But anyway, so that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's well, land taxes are definitely going up. Absolutely, their assessments of property They're reassessing property so they can get you for more taxes. That's been going on. I talked about that with my New York property, where last year they doubled the assessment of my property, and so my obviously the taxes went up there for that. Talk about the interest rates here again. They're talking about the Fed is raising interest rates once again, right? They took a pause here last month and did not raise rates, but they're talking about doing, I think, three more hikes this year. What you have to understand is when the Fed raises the interest rate, okay, what goes along with that, now if you decide to go buy or buy a home and get a mortgage, that interest rate goes up as well. If you with a credit card, that interest rate goes up as well. If if you're in with a company and you have a, and the interest rates now are absolutely insane anyway on these credit cards. But if you are in with whatever, and you're already in, you don't have to worry about it. They're not really raising it unless you default, and then if you default, then they really hammer you and they raise it crazy. But otherwise, what happens is, if you went to get a card today, and they're raising the interest rates next week, you will still get in at that lower rate. Not that it's low, but if you go then you go the next week after that, now you're looking at that. But it's just. Oh yeah, the Powerball tonight's what, $1 billion? Yeah, but yeah, it's just it is. Supposedly they're helping. Helping the helping the economy, but every time that the Fed ever is raised, interest rates are running anywhere from 12.74 to 29.99. That's crazy. Thank you for that information, Brick. I appreciate that. Yeah, and think about that. Is that what are they in the mafia? 30%, right? 30% for an interest rate on a card. So if you can't pay that card off, yeah, for credit cards. Yep, I knew what you meant. That's ridiculous. All seen cats. I just stay away from motorcycles altogether. I've been on one once when I was a kid, but never again. Oh, you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing. There's nothing like it. Um, Once you get into riding and you're riding, it's absolutely it's an addiction. It really is. So, but yeah, but so anyway, Powerball. Basically, you're looking at 40% is what you would take home after all the taxes and stuff. So if it's $1 billion and you're taking the cash lump sum, that drops it down exponentially right there to begin with, and then they're going to hit you taxes wise on the rest of that, whatever that is. And so basically, on $1 billion, you would end up with 400 million. Now, I somehow think that I could adjust my lifestyle to be able to live on $400 million. Now, I've already told you guys, right? I've already told you guys this before, and I want to reiterate this. Um, I identify as a multimillionaire, and so this needs to happen. We need to have this happening. So, uh, you know, I want you guys want me to feel whole, right? And that's how I'll feel whole, is if I am a multimillionaire. You know what? It's funny. If something like that, if it happened, great. Would it change everything? Absolutely, because I would be, um, you know, yeah. If I could buy all the gravel I need, yeah, no kidding. This property, I will tell you right now, if I won that kind of money, this property would be tricked out, tricked out. What I would do, I will tell you right now, what I would do underground, not even above ground, but what I would do underground would be worth a couple $1 million. I would just put it like that. And believe me, there would be no tours of that. You wouldn't see what was going on, any of that type of stuff. But it would be, I would just say it would be multi levels, and it would be awesome. So, but anyway, like I said, it's a nice dream. If you don't have a ticket, you can't win, guaranteed. So, but I absolutely, Don. You know what? I would not be extravagant. I would not be pissing away all kinds of money. and stuff like that. I wouldn't do that. But I would definitely, this dream that I have here would absolutely be coming true because I would have the money to be able to say, okay, I want this, I want that, and then just have somebody come in and build it for me. I would not say no. I would not do an Atlas shelter. Nope, 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 nope. I would not do an Atlas shelter. Nope. So I actually have a game plan with what I would do down here. So yeah, keep a low profile if you win. Yeah, no kidding. What you have to understand is if you won that type of money, number one, everybody that you ever knew would come out of the woodwork looking for a handout. That would be number one. Yeah, and pay someone else to spread the gravel. Exactly. Exactly. So, would you change your channel to Baller Nurse One? Oh my God. I probably wouldn't be updating as frequently. I would say that. So I definitely would not be updating as frequently, but I definitely would, you know, I would keep in touch. Here I am in the Caribbean. It's so rough. I don't know how I'm dealing with it. Well, I'm drinking the next pina colada, right? Whatever. So, uh, but anyway, that's pretty funny. So, I'll tell you what, I would be, if you won that kind of money, you would be in a position to really help a lot of people. But everybody you ever knew is going to come out of the woodwork looking for a handout, looking for something, and then you're going to have every stranger in the world sending you letters, saying, you know, oh, help me, or I have this thing, and I just need money to invest in and stuff like that. And I would be really really good at telling people to go screw themselves. I would be really really good at that. So yeah, you'd find relatives and friends you never knew about. Yeah, no kidding. So no kidding. But yeah, in Ohio you can remain anonymous. I don't know what it is in West Virginia. I have no idea. Yeah, only if they know you won something. Right. Yep. No, I hear you. So still off topic. Are we, Angela? Are you sure? Off topic? No. But anyway, the interest rates, getting back on topic, the interest rates, they're continuing to raise the interest rate, which continues to hurt the economy big time, hurts the economy big time. Um, if you won, you would definitely help the economy. Oh, yeah, no kidding. I'll tell you one of the things that I would do, honestly, and this, I absolutely would do this if I won. Okay. Um, I would take the cash option, but show the bank and borrow the $700 million loan, and the lottery would pay that loan. Then people would think that you would get getting 5,000. You get way more than 5,000 a month. But what I would definitely do is I would have like a private investigator going around for me and finding people that were truly in need, people that were trying to get ahead and doing the right thing and taking care of their kids and all that type of stuff. And I would do a lot of anonymous donations that way. Not necessarily cash, but like a vehicle, a house, those type of things. That's what I would definitely do. Like my family, my niece, my sister, my kids, they wouldn't have to worry about anything again. They would be all set. So and then I have certain friends obviously that I would help out as well. But you know, there would be one big party in Vegas. I can tell you that. Big party. But anyway, hey, it's nice to dream, especially when it's up to the level it's at right now. I mean, that's crazy, crazy money. And the people would bother you if they only knew you were getting 5,000 a month. Oh yeah, Oh, people, yeah, because it's like they would. Everybody wants something for nothing. So, but yeah, like yeah, dollar and a dream. So, but I don't know. Interesting. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know if you don't see me on the next live stream. Then you know I've won tonight. Would you help your ex? Ah, that's a great question. And the answer to that would be no, no. She made her decision a long time ago, and so no. I'll help my son, but and I'd set him up. I'd say, listen, Bub, because I call him Bubba. I say, listen, Bubba, where do you want to live? Here's your place. This is yours. You can do what you want, and you don't have to have anybody there. Um, you know, anything. So, but that's just me. No, I know what your point was. I know what your point was. I'll take $1 million in small bills. Well, the joke is always like when we're getting ready to do our get-togethers. Rob will ask me, "You need anything?" I said, "Yeah, $1 million small bills, non-sequential numbers." He still hasn't brought that down. And how's that helping out really? If you're not, again, I identify as a multimillionaire, and you people are not helping me to realize what my dream is and what I identify as. All right, let's do this. Uh, Egg count time. How many eggs today? And yes or no for Miss Thickneck. So give you guys a moment to get your guesses up there. So give you guys a moment to do that. All right. All right. If you had the same guess, and I hope I say this name right, Suzuki Hologram 125. Let me make sure that I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Well, anyway, Suzuki Hologram, you know who you are. Um, if you had the same guess as his Suzuki Hologram, I said I would think of something else, and then it was 125 on the end. Hooligan? Oh, Suzuki Hooligan? Okay. Oh, there he is. Suzuki Hooligan RM 125 with 5 eggs and yes for Miss Thickneck. Then you are 100% correct. So, congratulations to Suzuki Hooligan. You are the winner. And I apologize for saying that wrong. I, th- who has a name that long? Come on. You're making this difficult. It shouldn't be difficult. I'm a very simple person. I like simple. I like easy. So anyway, congratulations to Suzuki Hooligan. You've won absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's clear he's not a Harley guy. I know. I almost skipped over to the next person that had it right because it said Suzuki, but we let it go because it might be, he might be off road, you know, uh, that type of dirt track. I'm just kidding. I don't care what you're riding. Doesn't make any difference to me. I always tell people be like, oh, I'm this guy, I'm that guy, whatever. That's absolutely fine. Oh, it's Alec. Oh, okay, cool, man. Well, congratulations. But yeah, crotch rocket guy. There you go. Um, hey, like I said, to me, I always tell people, as long as you are on 2 wheels, and that's it. Who cares? You have fun, have at it. So, China, North Korea, and India. Well, I didn't say North Korea. Let me reiterate a couple things, okay? Let me reiterate a couple things. North Korea is not a threat to the United States of America. Okay? You've heard it here. I'm putting it out there. I've put it out there before. I'm going to say it again. Iran is not a threat to the United States of America. They are just not. They're not. Okay? Even if they go nuclear. If they go nuclear, they're still not a threat to the United States of America. Why are they not a threat to the United States of America? I will tell you why. If North Korea or Iran got it in their little heads that they wanted to shoot off, let's say, 5 or 6 nuclear warheads towards the United States of America, okay? Let's say they did that. And let's say one of them got through. Do you know what North Korea or Iran would be after that? They would be a parking lot, a glassed over parking lot, the entirety of it. EMP, no nuke, no America. Now, you know what? See, that's kind of where you're wrong, Viking Prepper. You look at all our nuclear subs out there carrying nuclear components. How many of our ships out there are carrying nuclear components? How many bases? What do we have? 400 bases around the world? Something like that. I'm not exactly sure the exact number, but let's just say it's 400. You don't think we have the nuclear components there as well? So if they EMP'd the United States of America, yeah, would it suck here on the home front and all that type of stuff? Absolutely, it would be terrible. But there would be nothing left. There would be nothing left of Iran or of North Korea if that were to happen. And if they did that, I don't care. China or Russia is not going to want to get into that kind of a pissing match because they know that there would be all kinds of issues if we all went nuclear and it would just turn the whole world into a big bag of crap. So, again, yeah, America has nuclear weapons in Europe. Absolutely. Yep, Jason. So, when people say, oh, well, if they EMP'd us, we're screwed and we can't, blah, blah, blah. We got plenty of components around the world, my friends, all over. People seem to forget, even though we're going through a identity crisis right now in this country and all this woke nonsense and pronouns and all that other type of crap, there's still enough young men and women that are out there doing what they need to do to keep this country safe and and are willing to give everything for that. So people need to really truly remember that because yeah, it's that is definitely the case. So Wesley says the economy is collapsing slowly. I do not disagree at all. We would all become one large snow globe post nuke. Oh, absolutely. If everybody went off on each other, yeah, it would be horrible. So thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the statement as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's yeah, but yeah. So like I said, guys, it's again, and I'll say it again. These are scare tactics used to help continue to boost and justify why we do what we do. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question. Okay, let's talk about Afghanistan for a second. Just for we're not going to talk about rare earth minerals and why we were there for the last 20 years and all that type of stuff. The Taliban took back over in Afghanistan. Yes or no? Right? Yes or no? They did. Weren't they the bad guys? And oh my God, we got to be so fearful and all this type of stuff, and we got to be worried about that, right? What are you hearing about that anymore? What do you hear about that? You hear nothing. You're not hearing now. Besides the fact that we left all kinds of armaments behind for them to use, so go us, right? All kinds of weapons and ammo and tanks and planes and helicopters and all kinds of stuff left behind. So now that's all under Taliban control. Are we hearing about, oh my God, we need to be worried about Al Qaeda because they're coming and they're going to do this and they're doing that and this, you're nothing anymore. Nothing. You're zero. Did they go away? Did they disappear? Right? What's the next boogeyman? What's the next boogeyman? Right? What are they using now? What's the next? And this is what you got to understand. There's a continuous manipulation, one after the other, after the other, after the other. We need to be afraid of this. We need to be afraid of that, this or that. Well, UFOs has been a big thing lately. Yeah, I know they've been really pushing that agenda. They definitely have been pushing that agenda. So I lost a lot of brothers and sisters in Afghanistan. Sorry if I get triggered, but it's all because of Biden. Hey, Rafael Gonzalez, no ICBM capabilities, no intercontinental assets. What are you talking? Oh, for them? They don't have that available to them. You're right. Yeah, they don't. And we would be able to shoot down anything that they were sending way ahead of time anyway. So thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the statement as well. Kenneth, the cartel has weapons we left behind. No, Kenneth, we sold the cartel weapons. We sold the cartel's weapons. Do you not remember that? And one of those weapons that we sold, America sold to the cartel, was used to kill, I think it was a border guard. So let's think about that too. So, you know, guys, I'm going to tell you what. It's just, I'm going to remind you of something. All right. And this is not to bring up old wounds or cause anybody hurt, or I'm not saying anything one way or the other. Okay. If you remember, 9/11 happened on a Monday. I think it was the Friday. I believe it was the Friday or it was the Saturday. They were going to do the big investigation over the missing $2.3 trillion. Who remembers that? Right? We're going to talk about that just for a second. So, $2.3 trillion in missing money. They were going to do all this investigation. And so they had all this paperwork stored up at the Pentagon, right? Stored up at the Pentagon. We're going to do this great investigation, find out where the missing $2.3 trillion went. Then 9/11 happens. And lo and behold, shockingly enough, and I'm sure you were all as shocked as I was, that plane, one plane, right, went into the Pentagon in the exact spot where all this paperwork that they were going to use to investigate to find out where the missing $2.3 trillion was. That plane hit that spot. That's amazing. That's amazing. And what was a direct result of 9/11? The Patriot Act that had been written years before 9/11. Yeah, allegedly, Angela, allegedly. Hey, I was, you know, Patriot Act that was written years before 9/11. That got enacted. Everybody was like, "Yes, put that in there. We're going to get these people." Have you have they ever done an investigation into the missing $2.3 trillion? Did you ever hear about that again? Right? Nobody talks about that. That was all forgotten. Oh, we're busy. We gotta go fight the bad guys. We gotta go get the weapons of mass destruction. So you want to talk about things, guys? Let's do the research. Let's pay attention. Okay. So I'm not saying anything about anything. I'm not making any kind of conspiracy theories. Nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you pay attention to stuff, things look interesting, which gives us more questions, right? Like I told you, I'm a kind of guy. I like questions. I look at things. I'm an inquisitive mind, and when things don't make sense, I go, that's interesting. Yeah. Mars Gold. All that steel from the Twin Towers went to China. They shipped it out of the country. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I find it, like I said, I find certain things very interesting, very very interesting. So You know, always pay attention. Always pay attention. Uh, there is a lot of things that cannot be explained away. All right, curious and curiouser. I'm going to make one more statement, and this is a question. This is a question only. Question only. Building 10. It's the trade towers, right? The twin towers both got hit. Building 10 that was never hit. That was never hit. Why did they pull that building? That's a question. That building got pulled. Here's another, or building, was it building 7? Building 7. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was building 10. I'm sorry. Yes, building 7. Thank you very much. And that's just a question. That's my question. Why was that building pulled? Here's something else to think about. When a building is pulled, okay, do you think it takes like 5 minutes to wire up that building? It was building 7. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Document storage building. Isn't that's very interesting? Yeah. Um, does it take like 5 minutes to wire up a building to get pulled? Does it? I mean, how quickly can they do that? They pulled that building pretty quickly, if you remember. So a controlled drop takes days to prepare. That's what I would think, Jason. That's what I would think. But but anyway, like I said, I just have questions. Those are just questions. Not doing any conspiracy theory thinking of anything. I'm just curious. I'm curious. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jason says demolition is an art. Yep. When you are able to, and you've seen it like with silos, and they pull a silo and they want it to go a certain way, or they pull a building and they wire it up so that it drops literally right onto itself. That's really neat to see. I don't know, you guys have probably seen that a time or two, but but yeah, interesting stuff. Like I said, just like I said, I'm curious by nature, so I always have questions. Again, not not trying to read anything into anything. It's just some things don't always add up. That's all. So, but Miss T said Newcaster announced at 60 minutes before it came down. Well, I not saying anything. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to get into any kind of conspiracy theory stuff or be accused of trying to spread false information. That is not what I'm doing. I just, like I said, I have questions, and different things make me go, that's interesting. I find different things interesting. That's all. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to do some shout outs. So I talked early in the stream, I was talking about Icky Can up in Canada. I would ask you guys to go up and support him. Real good guy. And thank you ahead of time for that. He's, like I said, real down to earth guy and doing his thing up in Canada. And like I said, when I say Canada, I'm talking like 3 hours north of Toronto. So we're talking deep in the heart of Canada. There is Angry Prepper, and that is Jason down in New York City. Another good guy. Definitely, somebody you should support. Go check him out. There is Alaska Prepper. That is Rudy. And again, he's up in Alaska doing his thing up there. A lot of good information. Yeah, Okie Ford says allegedly. Yes. Everything is allegedly. Like I said, to me, it's just questions. Always have questions. So there is Alaska Granny. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance. Two different channels, same guy. Really good stuff. Definitely check him out. Building, unbelievable builder. Does a fantastic job. There is Demcad. Demcad is also a good dude. He recently moved as well. I think you guys know that watches his channel. Not recently, but he had moved from where he was to his new location. You have Corporal's Corner. There's Bjorn Hansen. You have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. There is Bizariza Jizza, who does the Carrington Chronicles, another really good guy. Interesting story. Definitely good information to pull out of that story. There is Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast, so definitely go and check them out as well. And so that's, again, really interesting stuff there. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. Wrangle Star, that's Cody. He's been around a long time. Really good channel. Definitely check him out as well. You have Red Poppy Ranch. There is Survival Lily over in Europe doing her thing over there. There's Kyle's Cabin. It's Kyle and Sierra up in Minnesota doing their thing up there. Really good people, very, very down to earth. Let's see. We have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband-wife team, two different channels. They split their time between Michigan and Alaska. There is Green Greg's, and he's got a lot of good information on his channel as well. A lot of good gardening stuff, too, on his channel. There is Southern Prepper 1. He's been around a long time. He has the Boots on the Ground series. A lot of good stuff there as well. Let's see. We have Gray Man Prepping. There's St. Bernard Acres. We have Doug and Stacy. Doug and Stacy been around a long time. Definitely a good channel. Definitely go check them out as well. You have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Nice young couple down there doing their thing down there. You have the Green Dream Project. They are down in Arizona doing their thing down there, living in the desert, showing you how to survive down in the desert. There's Camping with Steve Wallace, coming out of you from Canada. Really good guy. Definitely check him out as well. He does stealth camping. There's Bush Doctor Survival. There is Monkey Works. You have the Needy Homesteader. She's been around a long time. Good channel. Definitely check her out. Boss of the Swamp. Another guy. He's been around a long time. Great builder. Very, very good guy. So definitely check him out as well. Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Diamond is a very, very intelligent individual. He can give you all the information about the Grand Solar Minimum and everything that's going on with that. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. Patera, she says it like it is. I respect that. I'd rather have people be straight up than try to be sneaky. You have City Prepper. There is Lumina Acres. You have Suspicious Observer. There is Bear Independent. The Uneducated Economist. You have Bushcraft Bear coming out of La Palma in the Canary Islands. There is Mary Greeley News. Mary Greeley gives you all the latest updates with Yellowstone and everything like that. Really good information on her channel. There is Adapt 2030. You have Malachi's Corner. There is Ice Age Farmer. If you're going to get your weather, there's only one guy that you want to get your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Ryan Hall is very passionate about the weather. Really good guy. Very, very down to earth. So definitely check him out as well. And he gives back to the community in a big way. There is Russell Brand. I like Russell Brand. He gives you the information. He doesn't tell you what to think. He lets you make your own decisions, which I think is important. Deep South Homestead. Another very family-friendly oriented channel. Real good people down there. Definitely check them out. You have The Outsider. He is up in Maine. There is The Fit Farmer. There is Prep Rebel. You have Simple Life Reclaimed. There is Townsend's. Townsend's is showing you how to live like it's the 1800s, which is a good thing. I think it's a lot of good information on that channel. You have The Prepared Mind. There's Pinball Preparedness. He is down in Tennessee. There's East Tennessee Preparedness. You have The Economic Ninja. And last but not least, Little House Off Gritty. A lot of good channels out there, a lot of good information. I know you guys are putting other channels that you like in the chat as well, which is perfectly fine. We need to be supporting each other. We're a small group, realistically, and we definitely should be supporting each other. So I think that is important to do that. But oh, JJ's putting a link up there. Uh-oh. So, but anyway, guys, a lot of good information out there. Again, I believe we should be supporting each other. I think it's important that we do so. So, Girl in the Woods' son is doing videos now too. Oh, no kidding! I did not know that. Michigan Lifestyles. Thank you for that information. Well, yeah, their kids are probably in their 20s and stuff now. Pinball's on vacation. Okay, well, nothing wrong with that. Good for him. Enjoy, right? Uh, anyway, yeah, no, I did not stay on topic very long tonight, and I do apologize for that. It happens. We have those nights that we're all over the place, but Bear got a community strike, and YouTube has removed one of his videos. Totally disappeared. Oh, they've done that to me several times. When they give you a strike and they take the video, they take the video right down. Oh, they've done that to me. Every strike that I've gotten, that video is gone. So that video is gone. But oh, so how's everybody's garden doing? I want to show you guys something real quick. Watch out, baby. Come on. I can't get up when you're right there. Oh. I'm just going to show you guys some of this. I've been eating these like crazy. These cherry tomatoes, they are amazing. Basically, wash them off, throw a little salt on them, and pop them in. And then I have these guys here too. Got a bunch of these, and I've been just going nuts, eating out of the garden. Absolutely love it. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Hopefully next year. Was that the F word video? No, I don't know. That wasn't. No, no, no. They've got me 2 or 3 times saying I was spreading false information, and then according to what their information is, of course, and then I was accused of spreading medical misinformation. So yeah, so that's uh, that's what I got. So and so it is what it is. It's just part of the game that you got to deal with YouTube. And the worst part is, and I was talking to somebody today, and I was saying that certain things I don't really talk about because they're so charged. Uh, you know, yes, yep, because I mentioned that. Yep, JJ, you're correct. Yep, and so there's certain things I don't talk about. And this person said to me, "Well, then they got exactly what they wanted. But what are you going to do? You know what I mean? It's like it's their ball, and if they take their ball and go home, then you're done. What are you going to do? You're not being able to get your information out there or anything like that. And there's always ways to circumvent, if you will, when you're talking about different things and get your point across without mentioning, you know, certain things a certain way. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's a game. You got to realize it's a game, and that's it. All right. Well, let's do this, guys. Uh, we are Legion because we are many. We are all over the world. We're all over the country. Where is everybody from tonight? We got Franklin County, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio with Rhonda, Omaha, Nebraska, Waterloo, New York with Sharon, Inverness, Florida with Clyde, BC, Canada with Janet. Uh, we got Viking Prepper from Norway. Very nice. Glad you stayed up with us. Okie Forge in Nowhere, Oklahoma. Missouri and the Ozarks with Delbert. West Coast of Florida with Kit. East Central Illinois. Pennsylvania with Brick. Weedsport, New York. Vancouver Island, Canada with Prep Rebel. Campbell, Missouri with Antonio. Central New York with Village Homestead. The UP of Michigan with Dawn. Tucson, Arizona with Angela. Grace in New York City, Morning Light in West Virginia, Troutman, North Carolina with Troy, the Mojave Desert in Southern California with Dave, St. Augustine, Florida with Diane. We got Virginia's in the house, Northern Wisconsin with Crafty, Greenlee County, Arizona with Codster, Northeast Michigan Woods with Raphael, Greenwood, Nebraska with Brian. We got Georgia is in the house, Cape Cod, Mass, Southeast Iowa with Mouse Girl. Hopefully, West Virginia someday. It's beautiful down here. Central Virginia with Cat Lady Life. Yeah, I want to tell you what I love it down here. So I absolutely love it down here. It's beautiful. If you like mountains, if you like having an area that has really no flat land, this is a perfect place for you. So um, well, you have to make your flat land. Yeah, they have to have the guy come in with the bulldozer and say, "Yep, flatten that area out over there." So, too funny. So anyway, we're all over the world. We're all over the country. We are absolutely a huge network of people. We are the ones that are awake. We are the ones that can make a difference, and I think we should try to do so now while we still can, and then we definitely will afterwards. That's for sure. So, but yeah, these are definitely real mountains down here, Mars Gold. That is for sure. Always in a semi truck. Oh, that's got to be fun driving those hills. Yeah, we got southern Arizona. Hasn't had much of a monsoon this year. Oh, really? Okay. So, but anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for being here. I really do. The support means a lot to me. Uh, I have a lot of fun doing this. I really do. I would encourage you to continue to prep, keep prepping, keep getting ready. Like I said, we just don't know what time or how long we have. Have you seen a lot of abandoned homes from years ago? Not a lot. No. Nope. I mean, there's some here and there, but no, not a lot. But anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. I appreciate the support, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for doing what you do. And it makes it, I can just focus on doing this and try to answer you guys' questions as much as I possibly can. And that's fun. But also, I want to thank you guys for being here again, supporting the channel as well. Like I said, I really enjoy doing this. I really do. It's a lot of fun. But you know, life is short. It is. It is interesting. And like I said, the biggest thing we can do is control what we can control. That's the important thing. Remember, guys, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So just tell the people that you care about every day how you feel, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. If you use that mantra, you can accomplish anything. If you set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen, they will happen. So it's one step, one thing, one day. Do that. Stay away from negative people telling you what you can't accomplish. And as long as you set realistic goals, you can do whatever you want. And we're a great example. What I did in New York, what's being done here, it's the same thing. You just work at it methodically. It may not always go as fast as you want or you hoped, but as long as you're making that forward progress, you're doing all right. All right. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off. Have a great night. Be safe. Keep prepping. Take care of the people that you love. Plan ahead. Be as ready as you can be, because when the time comes, remember, this is important. You're going to have what you have. there's really not going to be the opportunity to get more at that point. You're going to have what you have. All right. Be safe, and I will see you later. Prepper Nurse One out for now.